All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single week to help you in growing your real estate business. We've got an awesome topic today. We're going to talk a little bit about this secret meeting that's coming up. We're going to talk about growing your real estate business. Most importantly, we're going to talk about some of those changes that we're starting to see and some of the changes you need to be preparing for in your real estate business. No question, the market has changed drastically. We are losing thousands and thousands of agents all over the United States. We're seeing a lot more of that every single month. We're seeing the mass exodus, which frankly, I think is great news. It's only going to be that lower level that leaves those professionals that want to do a better job, that want to succeed. They're going to be the ones that are absolutely crushing it in today's market. So do me a favor, check in the chat. Let me know what city and state you sell real estate in. We've got a lot we're going to cover today. I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of the path that we've been on, the path that some of our agents have been on, and frankly, the path you should be on with a lot of these changes that are coming up here and happening on a regular basis. So again, welcome to today's morning meeting. I think you're going to find this to be very helpful. We'll talk a little bit about that invitation only meeting that I'm doing later this afternoon and why it's so important for agents that are really looking to make the changes they need to make in today's marketplace. Many of you know that a little over 4 months ago, I closed down enrollment into my Inner Circle coaching. So we have Greg Luther Inner Circle Coaching. We have tons and tons and tons of members all over the country. And it's been very, very profitable. It's better now than it's ever been before because I stopped letting people come in. And we'll talk a little bit about why that is. But I want to give you kind of a peek into what we're doing to help our members in closing more business and really starting to explode their production levels in the face of all the adversity that we're facing. And by the way, you are facing this yourself. So we'll talk a little bit about that. You know, right now, so many agents are lost and confused and really stunned. They've been punched in the mouth and they don't know what they should do. So they've been in this holding pattern. These changes that were supposed to happen in July are now being pushed. And, you know, are we going to have them sign a contract beforehand? And what if they don't want to sign that contract? And now I want them to sign a contract, but I don't even know if I'm going to get paid. And what if I do it at 2%? And is there a workaround that we can use on displaying commission? And now they just came out this morning showing that the Department of Justice has created this whole section specifically looking for workarounds, looking for real estate agents or real estate brokerages that are creating workarounds on this ruling that they have here. So the Department of Justice is looking for us to find workarounds because they want to squash that immediately. So a lot of agents are just kind of, you know, they're confused right now. I mean, the way we're getting paid as a realtor is changing. It's absolutely changing. The way that money has always worked is starting to change, and a lot of agents are deciding to fold, you know, deciding to throw in the towel rather than make those simple changes that need to be made. I mean, you're now going to be signing contracts on the hood of a car before you can even show a home. You have to have a buyer agency agreement, not a agency disclosure, but an agreement of employment that outlines how much you get paid. Now, I don't know why that's an issue for you. It's not an issue if you're a painter, if you're a landscaper, if you're an attorney, if you're anything in the world other than a realtor. Why? Because that's the way we've always done it. So these are some changes that are really going to be kind of scary for people. And, you know, I think the biggest one of all that nobody's even talked about, they've changed the way we're allowed to advertise. You can't say free home value anymore. You can't say free phone consultation. You can't say free analysis of the market. You can't do any of that anymore. Frankly, you're not allowed to use the word free. But have you made those changes? Are you making those changes? And how do you multiply your results in the face of that adversity? Well, that's what we've been working on for the past 4 months, where I've just been working solely with all of our members to see massive increases in their production. What they haven't been doing is sitting there asleep at the wheel. What they haven't been doing is waiting on some fictitious date that eventually is going to change the way we're doing. Well, are you shutting down your business for 4 months in the meantime? Or 5 months, or what may end up being 6 months, waiting on what may happen in the future, probably a bad idea for you. You need to be focused on, how do I handle all of the closings I have this month? How am I going to keep processing this many closings, but still market myself? If that's not happening for you, you are asleep at the wheel. You are struggling because you choose to, because you're sitting back waiting on future changes that may happen. Look, eventually, I'm not going to need to do video. Eventually, there's going to be some AI robot that does all this stuff, and it looks like me, and it sounds like me, and all of that stuff. But in the meantime, I have to provide value to our community. That's what you have to do as well. Stop worrying about what's going to happen when things change. But the two biggest ones a lot of agents aren't talking about right now is the way we change, the way we advertise ourselves, our services, and our houses. All of that is changing. And another big one, the public perception as to their need of a real estate agent or the value of a real estate agent, that is changing. Those are the two big things nobody's talking about. You know what they're talking about? Freaking contracts. Why does the contract matter if the prospect doesn't see value in using you, or thinks you're overpaid, or thinks you've been gouging people for years? Why do you think the contract matters if they don't want to work with you in the first place? What if we spend our time fixing all of the things we offer so they do want to work with us? You know, one thing you've got to think about, no matter what industry you're in, what position you're in at the job that you work, you need, and I want you to write these two words down. You're either irreplaceable or you're disposable. You're one of the two. And by the way, if you work for a corporation, if you work at a company, you know people there, yourself and all of the other employees, you know who is irreplaceable and who is disposable. And the only thing that changes that is their actions every single day. How do they make themselves irreplaceable? Well, now that we're in real estate and we know that they're trying to negotiate both sides, and buyers are paying a buyer's agent and the seller's paying the seller's agent, you need to make yourself irreplaceable. What can you offer that nobody else offers? How do you go above and beyond to show on the buy side and then on the sell side? These are two completely separate job descriptions. How do you go above and beyond to show that you are irreplaceable, not disposable or replaceable by anybody else that just fills the position, right? It's almost like an hourly employee at McDonald's. If you're an hourly employee at McDonald's, you're pretty much disposable. You're not doing anything above and beyond that makes you completely irreplaceable. Well, that could happen literally at McDonald's. You could do that, or any industry for that matter, any business, any job that you have. So certainly for the job called real estate, or professional marketer that exposes the property to the most opportune buyers to sell that home for the highest price, yes, you can become irreplaceable. Now's a good time for you to spend your time, efforts, energy, and focus on becoming irreplaceable to your clients. A lot of times what we find, and I'll be talking about this on this meeting that we're having later today. You've already received an invitation. If you've been invited to this thing, it's going to be at 2 o'clock Eastern today. We're going to talk a lot about, like, even if you do a good job, if the prospect doesn't see that, they assume you're doing nothing. As an example, if you list the home and you've got like all this great presentation, you put the lockbox up, you get the signs, the pictures, you do all that stuff, and then they don't hear from you for even 7 days, they assume you took it and ran. You're doing absolutely nothing. This agent's doing nothing. We're not getting any showings. I don't see any ads anywhere. Why aren't they doing an open house this weekend? They've got all these questions that are coming up because you're doing a bad job of showing that you're irreplaceable by doing nothing more than sending an email that says, hey, just want to let you know we just ordered that list from the mailing list company. We're going to be doing some direct marketing. Hey, just want to let you know we got this updated on Zillow. Let me know if you see anything on there you want changed. Just that communication itself shows them you're doing your job, because if they're not getting their desired result, which is 77 offers in 12 hours, if they don't get what they think is going to happen, they automatically assume you're doing nothing. And that integrity starts to fade immediately. The trust, authority, and credibility that you've built starts to fade immediately, simply because you're doing a bad job of communicating what you're doing for them. You just assume you're doing a good job. You're working hard every day. You're as busy as can be. You're following up. You're checking emails. You're calling people. You're returning calls. You're checking your voicemail. You're doing all this stuff. They don't know that. They see Nothing. So what we've been doing over the last several months, I've been working solely with my real estate agents here, the members involved with Greg Luther Inner Circle Coaching. We've been stepping up our game. We've been stepping up our offers. We've been stepping up our response rates. We're getting much, much better results. And we realize that as the market turns a little bit here, as consumer confidence goes away, we're now starting to face this election crap that's going on. Advertising costs are going up because it is an election year. So advertising costs are starting to go up. People are just in a holding mode. By the way, that's true on the real estate side just as much as it is on the car side. If you were selling automobiles right now, a lot of people just wait. They're in a holding pattern. So what we've realized is you have to start looking for and marketing to people that are motivated, right? Now that makes, yeah, Greg, of course I should be marketing. Okay. Show me a list. Show me who you're, if you're that smart that it only makes, Greg, that's common sense. I should be marketing to motivate. No shit. Okay. Show me. Show me the list of divorce filings from the month of June and the campaign that you're marketing them. Don't act like you know what you're doing, but you're not actually doing it. You know what to do. Do you know how to do it? And do you have that accountability to make it happen? Show me the list. It's public record. It's a court filing in your county. Show me the list of everybody that filed for divorce in June and how you were able to separate those. You were able to find those that own a home versus those that rent a home. And show me the 9-part marketing campaign that you're utilizing to market to all of those people, because you know damn well they are going to be selling their home. You know why they're getting a divorce? Because they have money problems, which means he can't refinance to get it out of her name, and she can't refinance to get it out of his name, because both of them together are having money problems and can't pay their bills. So how is one going to do it? Statistically, these are the people that are making a move. What about people that are getting married? She was renting, he owned. He was renting, she owned. She lived with her mom, he was renting. Whatever, they're getting a house together. Marriage certificate, public information. I know you know that you should market motivated people. Show me that you are. Show me the list you got from June. Show me the marketing campaign that you're utilizing. Is it compelling enough that they would want to contact you? What about job relocation? What about births? What about deaths? If someone is born or someone dies, they're going to have a housing need change. Yes, these are called motivated prospects. Is it public record every time somebody's born in your county? Is it public record every time somebody dies in your county? Show me the list you got in June. Show me the 9-part, 12-part, 73-part marketing campaign that you're utilizing to market to motivated people. Don't tell me you're doing the best you can do as an agent. You know what you're doing? You're working with past clients and referrals. You're working all the people that already know you that contact you about selling their home. Well, that's why business is shit right now. That's the reason you're struggling right now. So I want you to think about, yeah, Greg, I know I should be marketing to motivated people. That's the most common information any common sense realtor would know. You're okay. You're not practicing common sense in your own real estate business. What are you doing? You're waiting on past clients and referrals to call you. You know who's moving. You have access to who's moving. Can you imagine if we were like stockbrokers or any other high commission salesperson that had the data that we have, that we know who's going to have a need? It's very simple. Someone's born or someone dies, someone gets married or someone gets divorced, someone gets a promotion or someone gets laid off. That's who's going to be moving. And most of that is public information. But if you aren't trained up on how to do that, if you aren't utilizing the tools, the resources, the marketing campaigns, the sales letters, the postcards, the email conversion approaches that you have, the text message conversion approaches that you have, if you don't have that or you are not using that, because by the way, you might also have an exercise machine, but fortunately it was able to fold up and go under the bed so your fat ass doesn't have to look at it. And now you have the tools, you just don't use the tools. Let's talk about your real estate business for a minute. Are you serious about growing your business, or do you know what you should be doing and you're not willing to take the You'll find all the reasons in the world other than say, I'm lazy as hell. You'll find every reason in the world to not do that. why you can't afford it right now, why you don't have the time, why you're so busy. Like, if you're that busy and you're not making money, 100% of what you're doing is charity. Everything that you do every single day is charity work if you don't get paid. Very simple. It's profit or not for profit. That's the only two things that you do every day of your life, including mowing your grass, including running to the store for your spouse. It's profit or not for profit. So checking your email, following up with leads that are never going to convert, managing a seller that you know is overpriced and you know damn well it's not going to sell at that price and you're still wasting your time on it. You're doing not-for-profit work. You're doing charity work. It ends in misery and they hate you and you hate them when it's over. You know how this relationship is going to end, but you're doing charity work until they fire you. You're working for free until you're not allowed to work for free anymore. It's because you're not taking accountability for your real estate business. So if you look at your systems and your processes and your long tail conversion, because by the way, if you don't have a long tail on your follow-up campaigns, none of your leads are going to convert. There's no problem with Zillow leads. Zillow leads don't suck. Realtor.com leads don't suck. The leads you got from your broker, that doesn't suck. The new sign up that you got with all those leads that some of them are bad phone numbers and they tell you they don't want to work with you and they're already working with an agent and some of them never return your calls and all that. That's not a bad lead. Your offer sucks. If you fix your long tail conversion campaign, you will make money. But let me assure you, cancel every program you've got and sign up for 20 more. All of those are going to suck too if you don't fix the real problem. Joining another team doesn't help you. Joining another, like if you suck for the Oakland A's, you're going to suck for the LA Dodgers. Changing to another team doesn't help the way you swing the bat. You are not hitting home runs. Where you're at, who you work for, the brokerage you're with, the lead service company that you have, the CRM that you have, that is not the problem. Let's accept some responsibility. So the reason I say this is, again, 4 months ago, I completely shut down enrollment for our inner circle coaching. And you'd be surprised how many we had, I don't know, 673 people. I think it was 673 that signed up within a 3-day period because they knew it was going away. So all of these agents joined up with all of our current members that we had. And I said, I'm shutting down enrollment. They're like, what a great sales tactic. I guess we'll see that you open back up next week. No. Okay, well, next month. No. Well, I bet you'll be opening next quarter. No. I'm focusing on my people. I think one of the best things I ever did is focus on just my agents that were already involved with us with Inner Circle Coaching and lift all boats. The rising tide lifts all boats. Really focusing on them because I didn't have new people onboarding. Hey, Greg, I just signed up last night. My password's not working. Hey, I think I misspelled my email. Hey, I had a question about for sale by owners. I just joined up with you and I haven't had one of those for 4 months, and all of us are closing deals like crazy. Our members are happier than they've ever been. Our attrition rate, the number of people leaving, is far, far, far lower than anybody has ever seen in history. Why? Because I'm focusing on my people. I've become irreplaceable rather than becoming disposable. So I really think it's one of the best things we've ever done. Now, we have a waiting list of over 400 agents that would like to join up with Inner Circle Coaching. I mean, think about this for a minute. Charging $400 a month. If I had an extra 400, do the math, by the way. What's 400 times 400? We charge $477 a month. What's 477 times 400 agents? That's how much I'm not accepting. That's how much I'm abstaining from. I'm holding back because I'm focusing on my people. I have done no public trainings, no public pitches, none of that stuff because I know I have to take care of my people. The market is changing. Maybe you could learn something from that as well. So that's why I decided I'm doing this private meeting today, invitation only. You've already got an invite. If you're doing this, it's at 2:00 Eastern. That's 11 Pacific. I'm doing that today specifically for the small group of agents that have had to hold back, that haven't been able to join up with me, that haven't been able to get the training that we're offering, the systems, the tools, the processes, how to work with these motivated people. I want to give them a little tidbit today. I'm going to show them some stuff they can do to grow their business while they're waiting. It's the first time I've done it in over 4 months because I've been focused solely on our members. Now, if you did not get an invitation to that, I will give you kind of the website that can just get you on the list to get an email today. You're literally going to get one email today that gives you a link to join us. It's free. There's no obligation, nothing like that. gregsfreetraining.com. That's kind of a general website we use just to get on my list. If you're not on my list, you can get on that list, and that will have me send you a link just before we start today. But this is specifically, this private meeting I'm doing today is specifically for people that are not members with us. Matter of fact, if you're a member, you shouldn't be on there today. You've already got tons and tons of stuff that you can be utilizing. Don't spend your time there today. But for the people that have been on our waiting list that email our office every day, is there any way I can get in yet? Is there any way I can get in yet? I haven't had the distraction of newbies coming in and me feeling that guilt that I need to make sure they're successful. I need to make sure they're making money immediately so they stay forever. I killed that 4 months ago, and I've just helped our current people. And that's why if you've seen, all the agents walking across the stage that are now certified millionaires that are massively successful, where we got certifications from their accounting showing they have zero debt and a net worth of over $1 million. That number gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Every month, we're getting new people involved with the GLMC Club as a Greg Luther Millionaire Club member. So for those that have been watching for a long time and wondering, like, what's this guy up to? I really think you can learn a lot about that for your own business, to focus on your people, to give that honest, no BS approach. Like, if you could call a seller right now today and say, look, I'd rather turn you down now than let you down later. We know this thing ain't gonna sell. I'm tired of, let me ease into, do you want to do a price reduction? I know this is your price. I know, but why are you doing that? Look, dude, we need to be at 650 or I need to kill the listing today. Why don't you call someone else and let them fail for you? I'd rather turn you down now than let you down later. There is a 0% chance of it selling at 650,000 or 670,000 that we're asking for right now. We need to be at this price or I'm gone. That's kind of the way we need to run our business. It's the advice that we need to be giving to. If you're going to be an advisor rather than a salesperson, you need to be okay giving advice. You need to be able to give that sage, truthful advice that they need to have. So that's what I've been doing with a lot of my members here. And knowing we should be working with motivated prospects and you grabbing a piece of paper and showing me what you're doing to work with motivated prospects is two completely different things. See, the problem is you're more worried about learning than you are about earning. You have to learn first and then drop the L. And the problem is when I said, oh, you should be working with motivated, of course. Is that what this meeting's going to be about? That I should work with motivated? Okay, dude. Are you? Show me. Show me. Show me what you sent in the last 7 days. Show me the response rates that you're getting. Show me the follow-up campaigns after they respond until you get the appointment. Show me what you're doing with your business. You know what you're doing? You're trying to learn more shit. You're going to YouTube and you're watching more stuff. You're getting on this webinar. You're downloading this free report. You're reading this book. You're not reading books. People like to buy books. They don't like to read books. You own a whole bunch of books you haven't even used. You may have courses that are on cassette tapes that are still shrink wrapped, because you think buying stuff is going to fix your business. In reality, you know what you should do. You know it's all public information, and you're not utilizing that. That's the reason you're not growing your business. So no, you don't need to change brokerages. No, you don't need to join a team. No, you don't need to sign up for another program. No, you don't need to do any of that. You need to have some personal responsibility for what you're doing here. So if you get this part right, and it looks like, I think my team just put a link in the chat there. You should be able to see. If you're not a member with us and you did not get an invite for this private meeting I'm doing today, I haven't done one in over 4 months because I literally shut down the public stuff and I've only been working with our private members. I'm not doing anything public today that would have 5,000 people on there because I don't want to create a job for myself to try and help new agents involved when we already have thousands of agents that are crushing it. So I've agreed to do this, being that we're the first part of July here. I've agreed to do this private meeting for everybody. I think you'll find it to be very helpful for you. So you can grab your spot for that and join us today. No, there will not be a recording available. No, it won't go on a website. No, there's no way to get it otherwise. I'll literally be sitting right here in this shirt with this background today on July 2nd doing this. So if you did not get a link yet and you're not a member with us, go to gregsfreetraining.com. And I think you'll find it to be very helpful. It's not going to be helpful for you if you're already a member, because you already got a ton of stuff and you're out there crushing it right now. Probably they're not even on here right now because they're out there doing deals. But for the agents that are serious about growing their business, this is going to come down to, number one, you becoming irreplaceable, not disposable. There are several things you can do to step your game up to make that happen. And by the way, there are even, I would tell anybody that worked for a corporation somewhere. Let's say there's 70 cubicles in there and you see 70 other employees. There are employees there that are indispensable. They are irreplaceable. You can see the path of what they've done to become successful. And you see the people that are getting kicked out, the path they've done that's caused them to leave. Well, the same is true in real estate. We don't have cubicles. We're not all in one place. We're all with different brokerages and all of that stuff. But certain things are being done that are creating success while others are leaving the industry en masse. It is a mass exodus. I saw a thing the other day. NAR publicly said they're likely losing 70% of their members. I forget who sent me that. One of our members sent that. And I've seen all the studies that over 70% of the agents are unhappy with what NAR did and wish they were no longer a member. So that kind of makes sense. That's probably where they're getting that data. As a matter of fact, why don't you look up National Association of Realtors, 70%? See what comes up. Does that scare you? Do you think that's fear-mongering? Or are you so freaking excited you're planning to buy a bunch of Red Bull because you will not sleep for the next few weeks because you're going to take advantage of this opportunity? Imagine any industry in the world, 50, 60, 70% of the competition just left. Are you kidding me? Business is about to get easy for the agents that are good at what they do. We'll talk a little bit about it today as well. If for some reason you're not following this YouTube channel, this might be the last time you ever see me. You need to follow the page and ring the bell, turn on notifications. And most importantly, you know what helps my channel more than anything? If you click the little heart button here or the thumbs up button, give us a like. It helps our channel. I greatly appreciate it. It helps us to help other agents and really lift this industry up when there's a whole lot of bad stuff going on. Right now is the time we need to be helping each other. If you agree with that, give me the thumbs up or the little heart here. Let me know that that's something you agree with. This is how we're going to thrive. This is how we're going to grow our business. So I want you to be involved with us. I want you to crush it in today's market, but you got to be real with yourself too. Don't follow somebody that's very bold and brash about the truth if you can't handle the truth. Go find somebody that makes you feel good rather than someone that makes you rich. So thanks so much for watching here today. If there's anything at all I can do to help you in growing your business, let me know. For those that are either on our waiting list, you're going to get a good training today. If you're on our waiting list, you already got an invite for this. That's the 400 and some agents that want to be involved in Inner Circle and haven't been able to get in. Or if you just like to participate today, since you're on the morning meeting, you can go to gregsfreetraining.com. I think they put a link in the chat there somewhere. And that is going to be the way for you to get one email that has the link in it before we start today at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific. This is a good time for you to make some money. I hope you enjoy the holiday, but I'm going to be pissed if I find out you're enjoying a Halloween week. I don't even know what a Halloween week is. I celebrate holidays. I don't celebrate Halloween weeks. You shouldn't either. You are in commission sales. You cannot afford to lose a week. You can't afford to lose 4 or 5 days. You need to celebrate a holiday, and you need to make a whole lot of money when your competition is sleeping. Thanks so much for joining us on today's call. We'll talk to everybody soon. I'm Greg Luther, and bye-bye for now.